He hit that little white curly tail, fishing about 7 or 8 feet deep. Boy, I was hoping that was a big crappie. Turn around here. That wind is kind of strong out here. One time, you know, he took a big run. You know, the bass will really kind of run on you sometimes, and he took a hard run, and I thought, oh man, that's a big crappie. But anyways, we'll take him. First fish of the day. See if we can't get him going here. Maybe we'll get another one. Yeah, I just had something big on it. Hit me real big. It pulled loose, but see that little bit of slime right there? I'm pretty sure that was a catfish. All right, we got one on. Just got thumped. Just went over to my little blue jig, and we got thumped like a crappie thump. Got thumped like a crappie thump. See what we got though. It's crappie. It's a good crappie. All right, nice crappie. Just went over to my little hand-tied blue jig. First cast with it. And we got a decent little crappie right there. That ain't bad. Got him on that little blue jig right there. It's hand-tied sometime back last year, I think. Got a little piece of tinsel on it. That did the trick. I'd pulled a white curly tail grub through that same spot a bunch of times with just a few little hits here and there, and I put this blue one on, and he nailed it right off the bat. This is a white one. Get a little picture of him here, maybe a little thumbnail. Bluebird skies here. With that autumn sky in behind it. Alright, let's see if we can get him turned loose right here. Oh, we got one on. See what we got here. I don't think it's a crappie. I mean, it might be a little crappie. Didn't think it was a crappie. Just glad to catch something though. Got that one crappie, and now this little sand bass. Yellow bass. Yeah, they're all about the same size. I'll tell you what, these little yellow bass are the fastest little fish for their size. They are absolutely little predatory fish there in their size range. Let's get him turned loose. And I got a nice crappie on right here. So the crappie are out there. If I can get him in here. He hit that little blue jig. There you go, folks. Second cast. Second cast, and we got a black crappie on that little blue jig with a black head and a little white eye. I painted that little head right there. It's a hand-tied jig with painted the head and put the little white eyeball on it. He liked that right off the bat. So hey, that's funny. Them guys were sitting there fishing, and I guess crappie recognized the bass fishermen are no threat. But he's not a real big one. He's almost a keeper, not hardly. But hey, we're gonna get us another one. Let's get our bait all juiced up here with some crappie goo. Here comes that wind. I love days like today, man. It's about 50 degrees out here. The wind's blowing. Get this crappie weather right now. Let's get him thrown back. Oh, it's a big skipjack. Dang it. Boy, I thought I had me a nice crappie. Shoot, boy, that's a little disappointing. I thought we had a big crappie, and that danged old skipjack surprised me. Hit my crappie jig. I don't want to lose my little blue crappie jig if I can help it. I Got a 4-pound leader on here, so he could snap it pretty easy. It's older line too. It's some older spool I bought at a yard sale. If I can get down here. Oh, warm down here on these rocks, folks. I'll just sit down right here for a second. Find a little spot on these rocks right here. Alright, Mr. Skipjack. I'm gonna go easy on you here, because I don't want to lose my little blue jig. If I can help it. Hooked here. Alright, there you go, Mr. Skipjack. Let's get him turned loose here. There he goes. He should be in good shape. Well, there's another skipjack, folks, on the little blue jig. Little skipjack, throw him back. Alright, we got one on, folks. I don't know what we got right here. I don't think it's a skipjack. Came up to hit the top of the water. Might be a skipjack though. Let's see what we got. Probably a skipjack. Staying low though. Yeah, it's a skipjack. Big old skipjack. We're gonna have to get down here and get him. Again, I don't want to lose my little blue jig, so I'm gonna have to do the same thing here. Oh, just sit down on this rock right here. Oh, Mr. Skipjack, Mr. Skipjack, why do you do this to me for while I'm crappie fishing? I really didn't want to catch you, to be honest, but we got you on this little 4-pound leader. And we don't want to lose our little blue crappie jig if we can help it. Oh boy, I tell you what, that is a big one. I tell you what, folks, these big ones like these little crappie jigs. From time to time, you really get some big ones. He's a nice big one right there. Oh boy, I can't, folks, I can't even get my hand around that one. If that ain't a jumbo magnum, that, be real careful with him. I don't want to hurt him here. If I can get him loose here. He's a big one. Let him grow up. Look at them beautiful colors on him right there. Where that blue reflects off of the sky. He's just beautiful. There you go, Mr. Skipjack. Alright, we got one on, folks. Despite this marathon we got of some kind of a weird group of fishermen all wearing orange hats. I don't know what that's all about, but there's like 8 of them in one bass boat and they're all wearing orange hats. And they're all over here on top of me. But despite that, just right where they just ran their motor, where they were sitting, I caught a nice crappie. I didn't get mad about it. It's like they just don't know what they're doing. They're out there trying to catch fish and don't realize they're sitting right on top of them. Look at that nice crappie right where they were sitting running their motor. I don't know if they don't have a trolling motor on that $80,000 bass boat or what the problem is. But I think running your motor like that's not the best way to catch a fish, particularly when you're sitting right on top of them. Anyways, there's crappie number 2. We'll try not to get mad. Hey, sometimes people just don't think what they're doing, really. I'm able to cast out. I could have taken and casted out my float right in their boat, and they don't realize that's right where I needed to fish to catch the crappie. But you got to kind of turn the other cheek sometimes. Let's get this little booger turned back and get another one. They don't feel that big. A little crappie probably. Yeah, whatever he is, he ain't very big. Little bluegill. Little bluegill. Lost my other little jig right there. My line just mysteriously broke on me, folks. I don't know what happened. I set the hook on what I think was a big crappie, and the line just broke up near the top where the float was. It's a bad spot in the line, I guess. Decent little fish. Let's get him turned loose here. Here we are on Greater Fort Loudon this afternoon. I'm doing a little crappie fishing. About 50 degrees. We got a pretty good little breeze going. Late afternoon. Couple hours of light left. So we're going to hope there's a crappie out here today. Fishing with a little hand-tied jig. I just tied these up. It's a little blue jig. Little red thread with a little black and white head. And just got me a new reel here a few days ago. Last week. President Pflueger 35. I'm using this on my old ugly stick. Alright, we got hooked up. We got hooked up with a crappie. Pretty sure it's a crappie. Way out there. Kinda hard to tell. Let's see what we got here. No, it's not. Oh well, it's a little yellow bass. Oh well, I thought it was a crappie. Well, that's, at least we're getting a bite there. Better than nothing. He hit my little blue jig. I hope he didn't tear it up. There we go. Now he's aggressive little suckers they are. Let's get him turned loose here. Right, we got hit. See what we got. It wasn't that far out. It's either a brim or a little sand bass maybe. A little brim. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be a crappie. Yeah, a little brim. Hit that little blue jig. Crappie really don't seem to be out there today for some reason. Not exactly sure why, but it's just the nature of crappie. Here today, gone tomorrow. Let's turn this little brim loose. Oh man, just trying to reel it in, and I just got absolutely nailed by a big old skipjack. Oh man, I gotta go easy with him here. We got 6-pound test leader today, and I was just getting ready to give up on the retrieve, and he nailed it right there. I just don't want to lose my little blue jig that I tied up last night. So I'm going to have to get down here on these rocks real carefully. Okay. Right down here. Okay, Mr. Skipjack. Alright. Not the most comfortable rock to sit on, but hey, let's see if we can't get him here. As I don't want to try to lift him. I don't want my foot to get wet either. There you go, a little bit. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah. Oh, moly. Big old skipjack. Get down this here. Oh my goodness. You're alright now. Get yourself oriented. It'll take him a second there to get himself figured out. He'll be fine though. If he just get himself righted up there. Come on, little buddy. There he goes. There he goes. Back out to the deep. We got something, folks. I don't know what we got. Yeah, another little sand bass. Keep hoping for a crappie, but getting a little disappointment here this afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon. About 50 degrees out here today. And there's why you got to be careful with these little sand bass, just like that. They'll get you every time. Come on over here now. Get down here and get him. There again, don't want to lose my little blue jig here. Oh my goodness, so I'll get down here on this little rock. And we're going to sit down right here. See if we can't get him loose here. Come on now. Here it comes. Come on now. You won't get turned loose. We just don't want you to take my little blue jig with you. Got tied up last night. There he is. A little blue jig, red thread, black and white head. They crappie like it. He likes it too. There he goes. He's trying to make his way back out. They're not very good about it. You're going to be fine. Just get out of them rocks right there. See? Just as easy as that.